Hello, this is Zedis. Welcome back to another Mario Maker 2 video. We are going back to the super expert popular list today. I was gonna just do 5 levels again, but you know, I got through the 5 so easily. I filmed a couple more and I was like, well, I'm getting through these very quickly, you know, it's gonna make a very short video. And then I hit number 8 and that one whooped my butt. The first one is honestly my favorite of all the ones that I played, but it's also the easiest, so maybe there's a good correlation there. It did take me a second to figure out what I was supposed to do here. I have to trigger that thwomp, but I just wasn't sure how I was supposed to do that and get back on the note block. I don't even know if that's the way he wants me to do it. I might have to come from the left, but it worked. That worked. I didn't quite keep up with that skull platform. In general, I didn't get any ones that I straight up disliked this time. All 8 of them were at least okay. But I was surprised, especially after filming a few that I really liked. There were some that I wasn't, you know, extremely happy, but they were fine. But I had problems with them, and we'll discuss it when we get there. This one is just very easily readable. You have to go right away there, because if you stay, the icicle falls on your head. Didn't realize that. The icicles that fall are a slightly lighter blue than the ones that don't, so sometimes they're not easy to see. They also, the ones that fall also drip. They're supposed to be, you know, melting. Anyway, that's the top level of the week. Very easy. Borderline expert. I think I had a 2-point-something% clear rate, so sometimes I'll put those in expert. Like I said, no one knows exactly how Nintendo determines this shit. But, I think it's a low 2%. Yeah, let's see. Anyway, yeah. That was the one I had the most fun with, for sure. The second one is a little more involved. There are some shell jumps in this one, but they're very, like, basic to the right shell jumps. But, you know, it's in a Kaizo lite level. There's always a debate as to what that means, but usually Kaizo lite does not have shell jumps, but I feel like the game's been out so long and people who are still playing it are good enough where a simple to the right shell jump is not considered difficult enough and could be in Kaizo lite. But generally Kaizo lite just means bouncing off enemies. You might have to throw a shell. No super item abuse type stuff. I do feel like that's a little bit blind. Right there, that jump right there. But you know, once you remember, here's my deal with Kaizo levels in general, or Kaizo lite levels, is that a lot of times you're activating buttons and you don't know exactly what's gonna happen, so you have to trial and error a little bit. You have to see it first and then you can judge it. But yeah, I did die a few times there. This level, the last level, probably only took me maybe 5 or 6 lives. This one probably took me 20, which that's pretty good for a super expert level. 20 lives. I mean, if I were to do no endless, that would destroy me. But I could get through it with a full life, 30 lives, but not gonna have much afterwards. It might have taken me 30, this one. I wouldn't say this is super duper hard. I think it was below 2% clear rate. But yeah, that's kind of a here. See, here's a good shell jump. Is there another section? I don't remember. Yep, one more section. I always feel like this was actually tough. You have to drop that shell and it bounces off a spring and hits an on-off but you have to do low jumps. It's very hard. I didn't include that many lives on this one, but I did die many times trying to get this finale. Yeah, a pretty good level. I do give this one a like I said, there's a couple of blindish moments, but it's not too bad. And you know, I do like to shell jump. I much prefer shell jumping levels to light Kaizo bouncy levels, jamp levels, as they're sometimes called. I don't think any of these are quote unquote team jamp, or there's no team anything here. See, this is another one that's Kaizo Light. Kaizo Light Brown. I think this is a Super Mario Bros. 3 level. Super Mario Bros. 3 is, I would say, my favorite style or second favorite style. I really do like 3D World. You so rarely see 3D World in the popular tabs. Maybe in like the popular easy tabs, because they have the Japanese refreshing special are always on those lists. But I would never play the easy levels anyway, they're boring. Yeah, sometimes I'll scroll down until I find one. Here, I was a little confused about that. But it's kind of cool. You have to go up to those vines and wait for the explosion. A little bit of waiting on this level, not too bad. There's some of the levels I don't give a like. I don't, because there's a lot of waiting. But this has some really clever setups that I haven't seen before. Problem with these, you know, I mean, the game's been out 5 years now. It's really hard to get anything innovative. That one last week that I played with the dry bone shell was the most innovative level I've seen in a long time. Kind of why I tend to prefer doing unclear level videos, because you'll find stuff that you won't find elsewhere. It is often terrible, but you see different kinds of levels, and when you play just the popular levels, a lot of times they're pretty samey. I feel like quote unquote good design in Mario Maker is often hit a like kind of an impasse where like you never get anything new, because I didn't read this very well, but it's very similar to the previous section. You actually have to delay on the on these Goombas to let that bomb explode and kill that plant. Very cool setup. Is that it? I never remember. No, there's one more. Oh, I had a lot of difficulty figuring out this. Actually, I think it took me 3 lives to figure out this little part, because I'm like, wow, you can't jump off of these. They line up where you can just bounce off of them. I'll figure that out pretty quick here. Yeah, I mean, there's like these first 3 levels. Like that second level didn't have any like setups I've never seen before. This one does. The first one does. So I definitely say the first one was my favorite. This is my second favorite of the levels. But yeah, I'm actually like, so I got to level 8, and these were going pretty well. I kind of am judging how long it's gonna take me. I do wish, I will say that the ending here, I kind of wish he had done something with the waiting for the bomb. But once you get past it, it's just a really hard jump to get through here. Anyway, but yeah, so I got to level 8, and one of the reasons I did the 8th level is because it was something that wasn't a Kaizo Light level, and I'm like, oh, finally, it's a speedrun. Speedruns never get in the popular section, because they're usually too hard. And I'm like, it's probably going to be really easy, but I'd love to do it. So hard. So hard. It's a clear rate of 1.5%. I cannot believe it's that low. Here, I think this one said, did I say 2.7%? Kind of missed it. The first level only took me like 5 lives. The rest of them did. This one, yeah, so we're getting to this is number 4, I think. We're getting to the levels that I'm not super happy with. And these are like top, you know, like I said, this is level number 4 of the week. By the way, nothing from last week. If I was going to skip anything that came out from last week, but nothing did, so it's good. My booze got brand rejected from the top. By the way, the Netherlands is where that flag was from, which is really sad because my buddy Septi is from the Netherlands. I really should have recognized that flag. Yeah, so this is going to seem a little too easy because I did edit it a lot, but like, that first section was had really awkward jumps and kind of difficult to get through. And then the second section, yeah, there's only 2 sections of this one. I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do here? Where am I going? There's not even an indicator on what to do here. It's so confusing. So the next life, I'm like, is there anything up here? And that's it, you have to trigger that thwomp. There's no indicator that tells you to do that. It's really confusing. I also hate these, the ground Super Mario World has these disgusting green plaid semi-solids. Yeah, that's hard to do. I obviously I'm cutting a lot, but it was really hard to catch that thwomp, hit that Goomba. Don't like the setups on this level at all. I don't think it's a bad level. And it was thankfully very short. What's the record here? Yeah, 13 seconds. I'm not a fan of the setups here. But it's not like unfair or anything, except for that they really needed a coin up to the right to indicate that that thwomp is up there. I mean, you're gonna figure it out just because there's nothing else to do, but man, I was like, what the hell am I supposed to do? Here's another, it just says Kaizo Lite in the title. This one's Japanese, is it? Yeah, Japanese. 2.2%. Yeah, most of these actually took me quite a few. That last one probably took me, I don't know, 15 lives. No, maybe not even. I got through that one pretty quick. It's so short. This one also, it's that hitting that on off and then landing on the Koopa is not a super easy. It's very easy to miss because it's a weird angle. I'm not a huge fan of. Usually things line up a lot better if it's a good level. Not horrible though. I mean, this is another one. I don't boo anything this week, which is good. I don't feel like booing stuff when I'm playing super extra. By the way, it does look like you can land on some of these and survive. I did survive there because I hit the spike. There are Kaizo blocks, so you can't jump up. Because I thought about that at one point. I'm like, why don't I just land on the ground and jump? And part of me knew it. I didn't think about it too hard, but I knew it. But I did eventually hit one somewhere. Yeah, if I landed on the ground and try to jump up there, I don't know if I can make that jump anyway. Super blind here. Similar to that one blind jump in the second level, I think it was. But this is like... See, so there is an indicator there, right? But it's really hard. Like, you have to land on the left side of the Koopa to shoot the body out, right? And really hard to get yourself in the right position. The indicator, you'll slide right through that guy or hit him and die a lot of the times. I also would get hit by the beetle shell coming down very often. Hard to get the momentum to get to that jump off. Yeah, kind of low jumps there. I missed the on-off, and I'm like, God, I feel like I could hit that. I feel like I might be able to, but I barely missed it there. If I got the very edge, I might have been able to get that. I think he just wants you to think you can get it. Surprised there aren't Kaizo blocks on the left side of that, so there are elsewhere. That last checkpoint is... Oh, that last part is really easy. I did have to move a little forward to see those Goombas on that track. Like I said, like the last one that I didn't... I basically went meh to it. It's not a bad level. Obviously, it's not a bad level, but... Don't like some of those setups. Some of the that blind fall with the Koopa is the worst part. But that awkward first jump is kind of a pain too. Yeah, most of these first levels, the first one only took me like 5 minutes, but most of them did not take me a long time. Only the last one took me. The final level literally took me like 90 minutes. I'm pretty sure. And actually, I had to do it in 2 sessions because I ran out of time. And I was also like, man, I really need to beat this because it's not a bad level. A little unfair, but it's one that you have to learn. A speedrun you really have to learn. But yeah, see, this is one reason why these videos generally aren't as interesting to me as the uncleared, because it's like you've already seen all these setups. You've seen this nothing that you couldn't predict what to do for the most part. All these setups are the same thing on each level. Does have one shell jump, which I did miss at least once, maybe twice, I don't remember. You just put a free guy in here. I don't know if that's necessary. I think you get free guys from jumping on people. I want to cheese it, but you know, I know you can't cheese this. I do feel that speedrun does have like a world record that's like 4 seconds shorter than mine, so I think there might have been a little bit of cheese there. Oh, this setup doesn't work. This is why I don't give this one a like. You throw this shell up, and there's some shenanigans that are going up above me, which you can't see, but sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes, I don't show this, but sometimes that shell misses and comes down and kills your ride. So what you need to do here is that I didn't realize it at first, but there is a there is a wiggler there. It's not a Goomba or anything like that, or a mole. So you can keep bouncing on it. You can't kill the whale. You can with a shell, but you can't kill it by bouncing off of it. So you have to wait for that to fall. Kind of weird, but not too bad. This beetle setup, that I always forget what I'm supposed to do there, but I swear to God I did it right and it didn't work. So I kept trying other things. Yeah, once in a while that shell would come down and kill my wiggler. But yeah, if I remember right, you don't hold jump until you hit that beetle shell the second time. Also here there's a bit of waiting sometimes, which I don't like. Oh, and that coming out of the shell, out of the pipe there, I didn't know that was happening. That's kind of a little bit unfair. Yeah, right here, after you start from the checkpoint, you have to wait every time. It's really annoying. But yeah, you can sit here and wait for this guy. I probably should have, but I didn't know it was going to happen. I thought it was just going to line up, but it doesn't. Waiting here a bit. Easy enough there. A little bit at the end. I think I beat this in 1 try. Yeah, not much. Yeah, you've seen pretty much all these setups before, so that's the problem with these videos compared to the uncleared. I actually didn't feel like I had enough time this weekend for uncleared. That's why I didn't do it. But that last level took me so long. On level number 7. Crystal Angel platforming. I think I also met this one, and I can't remember. There's one thing that bothers me, I think. Oh, yeah. The first section is really good, and then there's some stuff I don't like after this. Like I said, it's not bad. That's kind of a fun set. You're supposed to jump over that muncher. I do show a death here. I died so many times on this jump coming up here. This muncher's hitbox, man. I did not touch that muncher. Those hitboxes are so ridiculous. Spikes are one thing. Munchers, like, you're visually not even touching it and you still die. It's really crazy. That's true with the spikes too, I suppose, but like, the munchers are rounded, so it's like, I didn't touch that guy. Didn't make it far enough. I don't know if I saw that Goomba. It's kind of weird. When you put stuff on top of those piranha plants, sometimes it's really hard to see. Yeah, perfectly good level to start with. A little bit of a breather section there, which is nice. Jumping above the screen, always kind of scary. Yeah, here you have to jump above the screen again. And I did hit the muncher that was up there. I also walked off this skull platform at least once. That's the first section. I don't know why there's a mole there. Why is there a mole there? Another waiting section. When you start over from the checkpoint, you have to wait for these platforms. This is the section this part I really don't like, this wiggler. It takes a long time to get him to move over. I feel like they should have made it so you bounced off the wiggler and then went right to the platform, that you didn't have to move him, because moving him takes a while, so it gets really annoying. It's also sometimes he doesn't move very well. I don't know. It's kind of a weird setup. Not a huge fan of that. I do like the wiggler and the clown car, though. It's funny. This jump is super hard, too. It's really hard to know where to jump. Like, those coin indicators aren't super helpful. You also have to get a run while you're falling. Not easy. That's fine. Yeah, this is why I don't give this one a like. I would give it a like otherwise. I do think most of it is pretty good. I think there's a next section, another section in here too. Yeah, 3 sections is pretty common because you got the 2 checkpoints. Whenever you have to do that, land in a shell, you can't be holding run because you'll grab it and die. Always takes me a second. Yeah, this last section isn't much, but yeah, it's not too bad. I think it only took me like 3 tries. You just have to not jump at full height, basically. Easy enough. Yeah, the wiggler part is the only part I object to, really. That could have been a like. That was pretty close to a like. The other couple that I didn't like were a little further away from a like, but nowhere near a boo. I guess that one that was really short, that was the closest to a boo, but it wasn't. So here is the Japanese speedrun. This is one, like, it's not hard enough where was gonna remain uncleared for years or anything like that. I'm surprised it is in the popular tab. He does have medals, so I assume he's popular. But you know, Japanese new soup speedruns, not my favorite thing. We're not gonna show many lives on this one because it's like I show a lot of lives up front because it took me a while to start. But like to show you every step of the way in failure, there's gonna be a lot of failure. And I just want to show you how I think I show a really good life about 20 minutes in after I've been playing it for a while, and I'm just gonna show the clear. But yeah, very difficult, complex. That jump killed me so many times, but I'm terrible at those monster jumps. You have to drop that POW because the thwomp hits it. Here's the final run. I did debate whether or not I like this because it was such a challenge, and I was very happy to beat it. It's fair enough. I had to like record myself and watch the video over to make sure I knew why I was failing at points because I was so quick and hard to follow sometimes. So I do give that one a like. I hate to actually keep that in the popular section, but that one is I was just glad that it was challenging. Like none of those other ones were super challenging. And I like speedruns. People often don't like speedruns. I do like them. So yeah, if you've made it this far, thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. I will see you next week, hopefully with Uncleared. I'd like to go back to Uncleared.